Bonjour, everybody. My name is Dawn Quigley, and I am the author of Jo Jo Makoons, the used to be best friend. I am a citizen of the Turtle Mountain Band of Ojibwe, that's in North Dakota, and I'm really excited to be here to share a little bit about my writing, about my background, but most importantly, talking about Jo Jo Makoons. I wanted to write about the Native joy that I experienced growing up, and I still do. I think Native humor is one of the absolute best. It's really important for me to also write about contemporary, modern day Native students and children and adults, because sometimes when we pick up books, a lot of the verb tenses are in the past. That sets every Native person in the past. And I always say, we're here. We're here right now. We're here today. I'm always thinking, whenever I'm writing, I'm always thinking, is this going to help my tribal nation? Is this going to elevate the status of Native people? Not money wise, not popularity wise, but is it really going to help people to understand, and also for Native people to see, Native children to see themselves and to really celebrate that they're the stars of this book? My first book, Apple in the Middle, is about a teenager who's very talkative, and she kind of says whatever's on her mind. And I thought, what would it be like to have a first grade character, a 7-year-old character, do the same thing? That's how JoJo she says what's on her mind, and she's very, very sure that she's right. Like I mentioned before, is when you want to write a certain type of book. So, like, I really wanted to write a chapter book. I read a bunch of different chapter books. And one of the things I noticed, I never wrote a diary because I wouldn't trust my brother and sister to steal it and read it, all my secrets. But I did see that that was a form. It was a way to get into JoJo's mind in a different way. So that's one of the reasons that she likes to write in her journal. And I just thought it was just like so JoJo-ish. It's got to be sparkly and it's got to have unicorns because she's kind of over the top. I always tell people, if you want to write, you've got to read a lot. Books are going to be your best teachers. I'm always a teacher, and so I try to make a comparison. And so I say, reading is to writing like inhaling is to exhaling. And so when you breathe in, that's like you reading. You're getting all these ideas, these format, these structures. And then you can exhale, and that's when you write. And so you can see that you can't do one without the other. So I was a teacher for 18 years. I taught everything from kindergarten up to ninth grade, and I always focused on English literacy or reading. A really important person to remember as educators is Dr. Dean Sims Bishop's idea of the windows, mirrors, and sliding glass doors. And so when we think about bringing books into the classroom, it's really important to mirror your students so they can see each other. If students can see themselves in books, they can imagine themselves doing the same thing. You need to be a really good listener. And because we know sometimes friends, they don't want advice, they don't want you to solve their problem, they just want somebody to listen. And so that's one thing that's really important for me, to be a good friend, and then to also be there for them, whether that's giving them a phone call or sitting with them at lunch. Spending time with them is really important. Well, Miigwech, thank you so much, everybody, for letting me talk about myself, talk about Jo Jo Makoons. And I just thank you so much for supporting JoJo, because there's more on the way. And so until then, keep reading, keep thinking, keep creating, and giggle wobbleman. I will see you soon.